Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. For everyone that's new, what that means is I record the video and I upload it. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if stuff happens, like noise from outside and I can't stop that, I can just, pause recording and then carry on. Essentially, these weekly Wednesdays are a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. It is primarily model focused. It is 96%, 99%, somewhere in that area of GW stuff, because it's the hottest thing at the moment. And there is some terrain questions from time to time, which I throw into the weekly Wednesday. There is some general information about myself and what's going on around the workshop. And sometimes there's questions to do with other game systems. So let me start off. Just to remind you guys, I'm still doing commission works. Let's Builds, painting and custom terrain pieces. Let me break them down. Let's Builds. If you haven't seen this build video, go and check them out. Basically, I build a model for you. You contact me, we work out a price, I build a model for you, and we go from there. Now, why would you want their service? Because some people don't have the time and the space to safely put models together, or they have the time but they have little hands and nosy cats and stuff like that. Painting, I can take models so it's battle ready, so it can go straight on the table, or it's battle ready and then you take it and do washes and dry brushing, edge highlight and all that sort of stuff, or I can take it beyond battle ready. Now, why would you want that service? You may not have the time or the space, or you may not be confident in your skills. And custom terrain pieces, if you haven't seen the terrain video that I've done, go and check them out. I still haven't even touched that piece yet. It's annoying me because I need to get onto it, but I need to get this lot done as well. There's a lot going on, there's so much going on. New World Eaters models are out. Well, they're out this Saturday, shall I say. And it frustrates me because they go into pre-order after the weekly Wednesday. And I didn't even realise they were going for pre-order until the things of Wednesday evening or Thursday evening or something like that. And I was like, oh. But I do have Angron on the way, or Angry Ron as I like to call him. A box of Jackals, a box of 8-bound, a box of the new Cool Knight Berserkers, and Lord Invocatus model. And the Lord Invocatus can be Lord Invocatus, or it can just be a Chaos Lord, World Eater Lord on the Juggernaut. But they are on the way. Now, I'm expecting them to arrive up Saturday. So when they do arrive up, obviously I'm going to jump on and start getting them built up. Now, I don't really want to be doing World Eaters, because some people are not collecting World Eaters. But when they arrive up, they get their new models that everyone wants to see, and not only that, when they arrive up, it's going to put everything that I have scheduled for Let's Builds back a little bit. The Rogal Dawn arrived up the week before, which put everything back a little bit, because apart from the fact that it's a huge tank and an amazing model, and took me longer than I would wanted over a period of days. Time-wise, it wasn't an issue, but over a period of days, because I only have an hour in the afternoon on days that I work, because there's so much going on. But because that came in, I'm glad I've got it, and I'm glad it's built. I'm glad I done a video to show you guys how it's built. That put everything on back foot. So you guys check comment below and let me know, because when the World Eaters arrive up, I will be building them, but I don't really want to go World Eater, across every box. But there are going to be people that have bought boxes and they'll be looking to me, build that box. I've got that box, I want to see how it's built. And so you guys check comment below and let me know if I should just build them one after another, or if I should just build one and then go on to something else and bring those new World Eater models into the cycle of this. The reason I'm saying this is because another question is, can you do a video and show us your pile of shame as we see it every week behind you? Yeah, it's a bit big, but I'm getting there. If I get 3 boxes in 1 week, I try and do 2 on camera and then have another one I'm doing off camera. So even if it's not those 3 boxes, even if it's a box from here and then 1 or 2 of those new boxes, that's what I try and do, because I still got a bit carried away. I've still got €300 worth of GW vouchers to spend. I have to go into the store to spend them, and it's like, oh, and now I've got to spend them before March. So the plan was to get the World Eaters, but then Air Hobbies had it on the pre-order, and I was in work, and I was like, oh, actually, and they were cheaper. So I said, yeah, let me go with those. But they're looking at really good models. But anyway, there's that. What do you think of the new Boarding Patrol boxes in terms of starting a new faction? Now, see, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about them. I like them. I think they're great for adding to existing forces. In terms of starting a new army, using them to start a new army, I would suggest, depending on what the army is, I would suggest getting a Combat Patrol box and then the Boarding Patrol box. So not only do you have like 1 or 2 HQs, because I don't think Necron one has a HQ, I don't think, from what I saw. Anyway, I know there's Space Marines only the only one that's out at the moment, but I've seen a few of the others. I don't think they have a HQ. But that way then, let's just say Necrons, okay? That way then, if the Necron boarding box doesn't have HQ, I don't think it does, you still got the Overlord, I think it is, in the Combat Patrol box, as well as, you know, units and a flyer. Then in the boarding actions, you've got all these other troops. In terms of like, what's the other ones that I've seen? Grey Knights, I think it is. Again, Combat Patrol box and the boarding action box is a good start, because it's a good healthy amount of models for you to be working on, and for you to, whilst you're working on them, you'll just put a few quid away each week until you finish those, and then you've got money to get the next thing, or whatever it is again. I think they're good if you, depending on what army it is, and I think they're good if you're getting a Combat Patrol box with them. Now, for me, the next Combat Patrol box I want to get is Death Guard. But like with the Death Guard one, you get Typhus. Well, he's a named HQ. I don't need more than him, so more than one. So once I've got that box, to me, I'm not going to need to get it again. Even though you get all these other models in it, I'm losing money if I get a second one because of the HQ. For me, like Necron one, don't get me wrong, the models are fantastic, but I don't need no more Overlords. I have 2 or 3 of them, I think it's, or 4 of them, something like that. So I don't need no more. So that'd be a waste of getting that. Same with the Eldari one. I've got the Warlock that or the Farseer, whatever it's called, that I glued to Let's Build the other week. I also have an Eldari Combat Patrol box with one of those in it. So it's like, oh, so now I have 2 of them. So to me, it's not worth getting that box again. It's, I don't know, like Tyrid one, I could get another one of those. But the Hive Tyrant I get in that would then be, I'd then build it as the Winged Hive Tyrant. Or I could build it as one on foot, but give them the different weapon option. If you're getting that in the Combat and the Boarding Patrol box, yes, it's a good way of, you know, I know it's a chunk of money, but it's a good way of getting things done, getting things started, shall I say. If you are doing Space Marines on Necrons, get yourself a couple of the starter boxes, recruit boxes, or Command Edition box or something like that. Don't just buy the Recruit Edition box on its own. If you're going to do that, get 2 of them, because your intercessors, then you can have 10-man intercessor squad rather than 5, the 5-man team. And it's better if you've got a buddy that wants to collect Necrons, then you can just swap. So he takes your Necrons, you take his Space Marines, and away you go. Okay, there's a little bit of an announcement for the channel. There's actually 2 announcements. The first one is a little bit cryptic. I'm not going to give too much away because it's still in early stages. But I've actually just joined a group of fellow I say YouTubers, they're not all YouTubers, and we're going to be doing a lot of, hopefully, doing lots of bits and pieces together. Yeah, so hopefully over the next few months you'll start to see stuff like that. It's just early stages at the moment, and we're all in talking about different bits and pieces, and so it's early stages at the moment, but it's looking nice. The other announcement is phase 2 has started. Somebody said, what's phase 2? I have 2 3D printers here now. I have to set them up, and hopefully they'll be okay in here. They should be okay. Set them up in here. So a few bits and pieces to move in the house, to set up the PC ready to be able to do stuff on it. And I've got a 3D scanner. So phase 2 basically is going to be, and this is good for me as well because it enticed me to make, it prompted me to make more terrain. Basically the idea is I'll be making terrain as always, but then I will be 3D scanning it and 3D printing it. Okay, then selling it for a very cheap price. That is the plan. Or scanning it and get up on the computer and then putting the STL file up so it can be, you know, downloaded for like a €1.50 or $1.50 or whatever it is. Something really cheap and really silly. And then you have that piece. So if you see something that I've made and you like it, but you don't feel confident in the skill making it, you don't have the space, and if you look at the materials, you know, materials are quite cheap, but you're looking at say a sheet of polystyrene, you're talking like a £5. Then you've got to store it, then you're going to use parts of it, and the bits that you don't use you're going to have to store. You know, if you start looking at that and go, well, I can spend that and then some filler and then some paint and this and that, or I can just buy all the one in. That's the plan. You know, there's the plan of, because there's some crazy things that I've made that, you know, people have asked me, could you make me one, or could I buy that from you? You know, sometimes it's like, well, not really, because I've only got one and I haven't got the materials to make another one. But now the idea with the scanner is I can actually then, if I get my hands on something that no one else can get hands on, material wise, and use it, and just actually you know, be able to, give me 1 second. Like I haven't lost my train of thought. I just had, I looked and I'd see someone standing there waiting because they couldn't be talking on the camera. Yeah, so if I get a piece of material that you guys can't get your hands on, or it's very difficult for you to get your hands on, and I can make something from it and then 3D print it, you know, it opens up possibilities for everyone and makes it so that you're not going to spend, you know, having your pants pulled down buying pieces of terrain. Because I've seen pieces of terrain on different websites and different companies that are like 50, 60, 70 euros. You're like, are you serious? I'm not talking GW now, I'm talking other companies. You think, are you serious? But if I could make it, and 3D scan it, and 3D print it, you know, that's the plan. That's phase 2. That's the plan of phase 2. But yeah, that's about the gist of things now. I have to wrap it up because there's no one in the house to look one in the next 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you down and show you the boat. Before I do, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you'll see this for the first time. Subscribe to the channel, costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything that I produce. For everyone else, you know, thank you for supporting me all this time, and thank you for, you know, for keep watching the videos and everything else. If you have any questions for me, so comment below, I'll answer it. Or go onto Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there. Click on that and you can message me directly. I don't look in there as often as I should, but I do poke my head in from time to time. And I really need to be putting myself into there a bit more. You know, put work that I've done up on there and stuff like that. And I keep forgetting. The same as TikTok. I keep forgetting to do TikTok videos and show people what I'm doing. But I'm going to bring you down and show you the boat. Now the rules to the boat are simple. I'll show you a host of models, and you chuck on below and just say what model you want to see painted for Monday's painting video. Now, I've got a very sneaky suspicion that there's going to be a few models here that people are like, oh, you don't have to vote for one model. You can vote for 2 models, 4 models, 5 models, but don't chuck on below and say I vote for everything. Everything has to be painted. Everything has to be built. We all know that, but just, I vote for X, Y, Z, 3 or 4 things, doesn't matter. But I'm going to bring you down, and you're probably going to get a sneaky peek of what I'm building on again, because I wanted to have it finished by Tuesday, and that didn't quite happen. So, and now it's going to be finished for Thursday, which is tomorrow. And it's like, okay, so I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote, but you will probably see a sneaky peek of what I'm working on. Anyway. Right, so I'm going back to the old way of just doing 2 boxes at a time, because I can't keep moving all this down. But anyway, we have the giant. We have old swooping hawks. We have the despoiler. We have engine seer down there with this axe. We have the Catan Charlotte the Void Dragon. We have Space Marine Chaplain. We have Chaos Sorcerer Marcus Nash. We have a Space Marine Captain. We have a Apothecary. We have a Blade Guard Ancient. We have the Autarch that I still have this sort of base out, making a bit bigger. We have Zoltar Wall Snagger. We have a Nurgle Chaos Sorcerer at the back there. We have Horrors. We have this Autarch, which is nice on his base. We have the Lictor. Fantastic model. Just don't like the fine cast stuff. We have one Hive Tyrant. We have a Swamp Lord. We have this Space Marine character at the back here, which then eludes me. We have the Farseer. We have this amazing Ancient. All the detail, look at the banners, amazing. We have Chaos Legionaries. We have the Venerable Dreadnought. And of course we have, how can I not put this guy into it, huh? We have the Rogal Dawn Battle Tank. So, there's a lot there to choose from, a lot of things to chew on. If you are chucking the vote in, chuck it in before Friday. 2 o'clock Friday is when I look at the votes to see what's been voted on. That's when I start sorting bases out and priming. That's one mistake I do when I do Let's Builds. After I've done Let's Build, I should actually come in the next day and just grab all those bases and get them ready for priming, rather than someone voting on something and I go, oh, I've got to gravel 10 guys on Friday, and then Saturday I've got to spray them, and then but also, if you want to see me do a video just on what I have here, check on below. And I wouldn't have thought that would have interested anyone, but if you guys are interested in seeing that, then just check on below and I'll do that. I mean, as soon as I get maybe 5 people commenting saying yes, I want to see that, or if someone comments it and there's 5 thumbs up on it, then I'll do it. One last thing, everyone smash thumbs up button, because it triggers YouTube to share this video with more people. Last week's Weekly Wednesday was over 100 views, which is absolutely bonkers. There's 100 times, I think it's 103 or 104 times people have sat and listened to my voice. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the usual way. Don't forget to vote. And if you want to see this lot, let me know. Until next time, take it easy, guys.